Welcome back. So today we're going to continue on cleaning up the engine bay. We're going to run the fuel lines and get that stuff finished up. Also, I'd gone to Ottawa Fastener. So there's a fastener supply store here in my local city. And they don't have the bolt or something that I can use to plug this hole. So the brake pressure switch is falling apart. It's 90 plus days from Corporate Central to ship alone. On top of that, it's over $100 US. So I've been looking around, scouring everywhere, trying to find something to kind of fill that hole. What I happened to find out was that this is an M12 by 1. So not by 1.25, by 1.5, it's M12 by 1. In my scrap pile over here, I found an old brake fitting from when I took off the old brakes. So I have welded the hole shut with a piece of brake line. I've kept the brake line in here with a flare, so it kind of fits in nicely. And this is exactly the right thread. It's going to screw right in. I'll throw a bit of paint on here so it doesn't rust up. But I've essentially made a plug, or a bolt, out of an old brake fitting. So that's fantastic. Also, the power steering line is in. We're going to put that on. This has a nice bend to go the suction line up to the reservoir here. And I can get rid of the old line, and then we'll get right on with that. So as soon as that's done, we're going to move on to get the air lines and the air tank installed. Hopefully get some maybe some power going to those pumps and try them out and see how that kind of works out. I'm going to have to do a little research on how to wire them up properly, because there is 2 pumps and I don't have a battery or any other power source at the moment. So we're going to have to do that. But anyways, we'll move right along. We got lots of work to do. Let's go. Now we're going to make the bracket for the AC delete pulley. I've got a couple pieces of flat stock here, and we're going to cut that up. We're going to drill some holes. I do need a bolt, which I hope I have. If not, I can get one. And basically we're going to make like an H, a kind of H bracket, and drill some holes, tack it up, paint it up, and that'll be good for that part. Also, over here behind me, I don't know if you can see that, but I did strip and paint or at least prime the support bars for underneath and the top. And there's 2 other ones I think for the back, so we'll get those painted and ready to go for installation. One goes kind of where the brake booster is, and the other side goes over the HVAC part. So that'll be ready to go for when we get the car on the road. We can install those, and they'll be painted nice and black just like the rest, and nice and clean. So they were in pretty bad shape, but they turned out pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So in here we've continued the kill mat all the way up and across, the soundproof stuff. And what we're going to do is put a plate that goes across here with MDF And we're going to seal that also so moisture and stuff doesn't soak up into it. So we're going to paint that with some sealer I got before we kind of get the carpet put on here and stuff like that. What I want to do is put a wall on the back, maybe this high, all the way to here. Have this kind of raised a little bit so it's flush with this line. And then this plate will have its own piece of wood for speaker enclosures, which we're going to build inside of here, as well as with the soundproofing. So all this stuff will get bolted to it eventually, and then basically air lines come in. We're going to have a drain go out. All the wiring will be here somewhere, and basically we need to get all the pieces of equipment in here first. Then we can start running wiring and putting things like that together. So we're going to go ahead and get started measuring. Maybe we'll use some cardboard assisted design and get a piece of MDF in here, some spacers, maybe drill some holes through here with a couple bolts, stick it up a little bit higher, and we're going to make it nice and flat as possible so it could be a nice seamless transition between the back. It'll be a nice flat spot here. So we'll get started on that. All right, it is now the next day. We have the door open. It is beautiful outside. And this is dry. So this will be the back bracket for the air stuff. Tank will go here, pumps will go here. We've got some filters, we've got some solenoids, we've got all kinds of fun stuff to make this work. The old solenoids you can see here, we did a lot of trial and error. And these cheapy Amazon ones are actually just really not that good. So we'll try these other cheapy Amazon ones and see how they work out. Should be okay. Hopefully be able to maybe stack them on top of each other or something like this to kind of run them in line. Nice and low profile behind here. I need to make some room for wires and some things like that. So hopefully that works out well. We're going to go ahead and start assembling some of this stuff temporarily. Pre-drill some holes, that kind of stuff. I've got some T-washers and things like that to kind of be able to put bolts in, and we'll get all that stuff all pre-drilled. Then I'm going to put some sealer on here and seal it up so no moisture gets into the wood, and then we can paint it, or we can glue carpet to it, or we can do something. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. I have to disassemble some old stuff. I'm going to need some of these pieces. So basically we'll just go ahead and get started and start putting the stuff together. Okay, so we've got everything organized, ready to go here. We've got some 90s, we've got some straights, we've got some nipples, we've got some 90s, like I already said, and some T's and all kinds of other things. Air filters and whatnot, and sensors for the electronic gauges. As you've seen in previous episodes, we have assembled this stuff before. The solenoids were no good. We're going to go with some other cheap ones that are probably $10 more each. So hopefully these will work better. I used them at work. Similar size. They are 1/4 inch MPT. They are 12 volts as well. So basically we're going to wrap the tank in cellophane because I don't want to scratch it. It will have to be polished afterwards. There are a couple little hairline scratches on it from shipping, but we're going to do our best not to scratch it any more than it already is. And we're going to wrap it with plastic. Emily's coming down to give me a hand. And then we are using this now, pneumatic hydraulic sealer. This stuff I used on the wheels. It works amazing. So this was actually probably $30 or so for this one little bottle, but it's going to go a long way and it works very well. The liquid stuff we used for plumbing made a mess, and now it's finally dry and it doesn't actually want to come off the fitting, so that's fantastic. But we'll start assembling. I need to get the tank on here so we can map out some stuff here and try to make it aesthetically pleasing to the eye as well. So we'll go ahead and clear this off and we'll start fitting some stuff on.
Since we're here.
We're here?
I've got a riddle for you.
A riddle?
Uh-huh.
Oh no. I'm not good at riddles.
If you're American when you go into the bathroom and you're Canadian when you come out of the bathroom, what do you while you're in the bathroom? European.
European. Where do you get these from?
I don't remember. I just write them down when I hear them, and then I wait. And I wait to tell you. And now you're saran-wrapping me to this.
Yes.
I don't think we needed this much saran wrap.
Riddle me this.
What?
I don't want to scratch it.
I see that.
European.
European.
Oh boy. This is going to be up here like this. This is what's holding the filters.
Okay.
So the filters on each side. So basically a main line has to come out of the tank into the filter.
Mm-hmm.
So a 90, a piece, and then a 90, depending how long I want it to go. And
But where are the solenoids going?
it's all going to be back here, along the back wall here.
But where's the air?
What?
Well, last time there was holes coming out of the tank.
There were still holes in the tank. So, I'll set it up here for you. Pump.
Okay.
Pump.
Uh-huh.
So, get probably as close to the front as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to put some bolts through here, underneath,
For sure.
and bolts over there. And then these go in here.
Okay.
But there's not enough room in the back of the car for the lines to come straight in. So we're going to have a 90.
Straight in from where?
Straight in from here. Like
Okay.
this, the walls of the car are right here like this. It's not
Okay.
that much wider than this.
Okay.
So I don't have enough room to put these like
Oh,
that.
I see. Okay.
So there's going to be a 90. This is going to go into the tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is going to go into the 90.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then this will be,
Are we leaving them gold?
it will be there like this. I don't have any choice.
I don't know, you painted everything else.
I know, but right at this moment, yeah, I don't have much of a choice. So I can leave it like that.
Okay.
Or I can have it up.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I could do something cool with this. Because I wanted to change this too, remember? To like copper or something like that.
Yeah, all in good time.
All in good time, yeah. We can do that as version 2.
Yeah, exactly.
For now, this is going to get air in the tank.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. Now there's going to be another 90 that comes out. Take this off. Onto here.
On the top.
To the back.
Okay.
And then runs along the back here. This will be covered.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be cautious of the arrows.
Mindful?
Mindful of the arrows on which way they go. So the arrows are out, out. And then these will be mounted here.
4 of them?
2 on either side.
Okay, for each tire?
Front, rear.
Okay, so 1 for each tire.
Front, rear.
Why is it not 1 for each tire?
Because there'll be a T, and these 2 run to both tires.
Why do you need to do that? If you just do 1 for front, 1 for rear?
So that's what this is. 2 will be front, 2 will be rear.
You didn't answer my question.
I know. There will be a 4-way valve in the center, or a 4-way T in the middle. And there will be a T at the bottom to go to both wheels. This lets the air in to the wheels. This lets the air out of the wheels. Okay. Sorry, viewers at home. I'll get to it. Okay. So I wanted to like mount them, you know, somewhere nice. So they're all in here, kind of nice.
So how are you closing this, but keeping this open?
So it's just going to be like a piece of wood cut. This is a 45 cut. The other one will be a 45 cut. Maybe it'll sit here.
Like on top of that?
On the top. Maybe I'll have a plexi window. You can see the junk inside.
Okay, yeah, when plexiglass prices finally come down.
I just need a little piece.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that.
You can even like tint or the lights back there.
I can put some lights in there. I should, you know, like service lights.
Because these, if you're wondering, the tops are not light indicators.
Tops are not light bulbs, no.
They look like light bulbs. Just mocking me.
There's supposed to be a probably better way to do this.
There's a better way to do this.
Oh, maybe.
Well, we haven't found it.
No. Yeah, see, there might be. Might need more, like a longer one here to come out. This is cool and all, but I don't know, it looks kind of funny, you know?
Hold on, I was going the wrong way.
Okay.
That solved it. We're good.
Because then you have all these to spin on here afterwards. So yeah, that'll bolt in there okay, but there's not really any room for servicing or whatnot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we've got the air tank, the air pumps, the solenoids, we've got the relays, we've got all that power bricks and stuff like that, all kind of mocked up on here. I kind of did that off camera a little bit, and I'll show you when I install it, but basically I pre-drilled all the holes on this board, the MDF, and I took the recommendation of the guy at the Home Depot, because I want to either cover this in carpet or the vinyl, something like that, maybe a leather cover or something to make it look nice. So we're going to put some paint on it as well as some fabric. So in order for that glue to stick, He recommended I put a primer on it that dries hard. Basically, this soaks into the wood, not the adhesive. So whenever this does dry, I can glue anything to it, paint anything on it, whatever. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dip and paint, let this dry overnight, and then hopefully start a little bit more mock-up of that kind of stuff and go that route. So this is pretty exciting. We're going to move right along, shake her up, and give her a paint. And also, we have some copper tubing, some soft copper. This is 1/2 inch. We're going to go from the pumps into the tank. We're going to do a kind of nice little design. I've been mocking up a few things many times over and over again. I used a piece of brake line actually ahead of time, kind of mock up a design I want to go with. And mainly for aesthetics, obviously, but yeah, super nice copper. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to try and buff it out too and polish it and things like that once it's all done, and try learn how to do that as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Right now we're going to get a hold of the paint and get that on there. So, as you can see here, air lines have been cut. These will be nicely drawn up into these fittings right here. Tank will go here, pumps will go here. The new relay is here for the both pumps. We've got some power distribution here, and all these are now permanently plumbed in. I think we're going to end the video there as part 1. Part 2, we're going to finish up this. I have to take this back out and make a few adjustments, and then start bending some copper lines. So I think the next video we'll start bending some hard lines, and we'll get that stuff all nice and buttoned up, and then get this thing back bolted inside, because it's bolted right now right through the floor. So you can see there's 2 bolts here and 2 bolts here. I might change these because I don't really want to see the heads, so figure out maybe I'll get a countersunk screw or something like that to fit here, or maybe I just leave it. I'm not quite sure yet. Make sure you stay tuned to the next video where we're going to start bending some copper hard lines, make a nice little design back there, and get it all kind of buttoned up. Then we're going to start popping in the fiberglass into the speaker enclosures. We'll get that stuff buttoned up. I have a new idea for that. As always, there's always a change in the ideas, but we'll get that going, and that will be part 2. And we'll get that finished and hopefully get the car up and down. This video has probably dragged on long enough, so we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again. Take care.